taking on the defending Super Bowl champions, the Kansas City Chiefs. Welcome again, one and all. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Brandon Gaudin on hand alongside Charles Davis. And yes, the storyline here, the weather, snow, and more of it expected as this game continues. So how will that impact how this one goes?
Can these teams ignore the distraction and the strangeness of playing in a snow game? Because it actually affects the crowd as well. That big roar you get is often muffled when there's a snow game. And the second part, what's the footwear you got on? Does that fit the turf you're playing on? And how will it handle as things get a little bit slick?
From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. And the officials here are going to pause the game for a second. Looks like there's an injured Chief on the field. We'll step aside and get an update when we return to Arrowhead. Right to the air is Mahomes. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Second and 10. Now Mahomes. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. Quiddy Pay getting in there and burying him behind the line. Going to need better protection here. Third and long following the sack for Mahomes and company. Back to throw here. Man open, that's Marquez Valdez-Scantling. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. A real letdown defensively. That was third and a bundle, but they allow the conversion from the 32 now. Here's first and 10. To throw, it's Mahomes. And his throw is incomplete.
Well, that's the second time in this opening drive alone that he's dropped a pass. We know that that can't continue, but they got to determine what it's about. Is he just super amped for the game and maybe he'll settle in, or is his focus just not there?
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. Not the warmest starts throwing the football. He was 1 for 3, now 1 for 4 on the opening drive.
So getting him comfortable is the key. And for him, it might be different than what we think is comfortable. We're probably thinking swing passes, easy check downs. Some guys, they're better off throwing it downfield. That's what really loosens them up.
Now the throw on third down, knocked away and incomplete.
Give them credit for excellent coverage, tight coverage. They're doing a lot of things that we talk about in basketball. They're causing disruptions in the passing game. And as long as that continues, it'll be tough for them to gain any momentum throwing the ball downfield.
Now on fourth down, they throw the deep ball, but it winds up to be incomplete. A surprising move here on the opening drive of the game, and this defense holds on the night's opening drive. So the Colts in great position here as they get things started. They'll be led out by Gardner Minshew, 6th-round selection in 2019 out of Washington State.
And how about this young man? Took the NFL world by storm. As a 6th-round rookie, signature mullet, mustache, but 21 touchdowns for the Jacksonville Jaguars. Great personality, and everyone gravitates towards this guy. Teammates love to win with a quarterback who leads them like that, and fans love to root for a guy who seems just like them.
And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. Tershawn Wharton collapses the pocket and drops him for a loss of 3. So second and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Here's the former NFL rushing champ. It's Jonathan Taylor. 1 yard officially on the pickup, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 11.
I think that's the type of run we'll continue to see throughout this game. The snow coming down, I don't expect a lot of big plays to be broken.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
And Gay knocks this one through. And the Colts hit the scoreboard first. It's 3-0. So the opening drive stalls out, but the field goal does get them the first points of the night.
And 3 points, not to be underestimated. How about this, right? You're on the road. You're under the lights. National television audience. This is not a dress rehearsal, partner. This is for real. And a pretty nice opening statement.
And that one bounces out of the back of the end zone, so we'll start the drive at the 25 on the touchback. They're coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive. On play action, it's Mahomes. And this is incomplete. Very lucky to get that one back. That nearly picked. It's second down now. Offensively, might be thinking, what's going on here? One for their first 7 throwing the football.
So maybe they're thinking about rethinking their strategy a little bit right now with the way that they're throwing it around, not having that success. Might have to lean on the running game for a little while and see if they can get him back in form.
And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
That's a gain of 3. It's 3rd and 7.
Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's finally taken down, and it's a big gain there on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. The second quarter from KC. It's the Chiefs in possession of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Play action. Now it's Mahomes. This one complete. It's Rashee Rice. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one. On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. It's Kelsey on the ground. Touchdown! Travis Kelsey, 26 yards. And the Chiefs have taken the lead.
And what a weapon he is at the tight end spot, because when they throw him the football downfield, they count on him getting additional yardage almost every time. And that's exactly what he did there. Caught that, ran with it, all the way to the end zone.
Harrison Butker is on for the extra point. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And it's caught inside the 5. And he is not going to get in there. He stopped short of the goal line, and the lead is going to stay right where it is.
Okay, they went for the fake off of the extra point attempt. It's a long way to go, and they didn't get there. Didn't get it completed successfully. Did someone dare them to do that? Did someone double dog dare them?
I was going to ask you, maybe they saw something on film, but do you see something on film with those to try something from the 15 on a PAT? I don't know.
The only thing they needed to see on film there was a snap, a hold, and someone kicking the ball through the post.
Minshew, 1st and 10. Pass incomplete.
And I could see the officials kind of looking at each other down there, silently wondering, does this meet the level of grounding? Fortunately, he did have a receiver in the area, but I have seen less obvious throwaways called as penalties.
On 2nd down, it's Taylor. And he'll get this up to about the 40. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down, because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
They'll come up facing 3rd and 5. From the gun, Minshew to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have a Colts 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Out of the gun is Minshew. Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. And the Chiefs are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line. The Chiefs in good position to start out as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 37. So after the INT, here's Mahomes. And his throw here is incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent. And that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Well, meanwhile, intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover. But
and look at this. It's a fake. And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off. Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Under pressure, and they got to him again. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also third down. Minshew sets to throw. This will be taken in by Michael Pittman. A big pickup, 18 yards, but they still stop him well short of the marker. So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. And he put enough leg into it, but it's well off to the right and no good. So we come upon halftime. We now proceed to the start of the second half. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. Not much has changed since we left you at halftime. The snow still continuing to fall as we are back underway. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. And the Colts going to take over on offense to begin this third quarter. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well, and they've kept them around in this game. Now, they've got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be second and a couple. Running straight ahead, Taylor. He takes this for 3 to the 29.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secure before they slide off and try to chip someone at the second level. And so many times we look at the opening drive of the third quarter as a tone setter, and many coaches do emphasize it, and that's a strong performance there defensively to force incompletion and, more importantly, force a quick punting situation.
Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. Here's James returning. It'll be a 41-yard punt. Give him 5 on the return. And it's Chiefs football. 1st and 10. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Over the middle, that's caught by Rice. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19. From midfield, here's Mahomes. This pass going to be caught by Hardman. He's got this to the 30 before being taken down. It's another first down as this time they get an even 20.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? Mahomes' throw complete there to Rice. And they move this all the way down to the 9. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they can be set up with a 1st and goal.
Now here's Mahomes. Open on the left side. This is Valdez-Scantling. a timeout called for by the offense. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Now it's Mahomes again. And it's intercepted at the goal line. And the Colts are going to get the football back as time will run out in this third quarter of play. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We're back now in KC. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. Now Minshew on 1st and 10. That's caught left side by Mo Alley-Cox. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long. Looking to throw it. Minshew. The toss here completed to Pittman. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And now it's 3rd and 4. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. They'll go play action here with Minshew. He'll take a shot downfield for Pittman. And that's caught at the 25. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Michael Pittman, 74 yards. And the Colts use the defensive breakdown to take the lead away here in the fourth. Might be seeing that one on the highlight shows tonight. The home run ball here in the fourth quarter to take the lead.
There's nothing like being aggressive, preaching that to your team, and then following through. All the way through. Go ahead and throw one more up there. Why not?
Been a great game, and we are not done yet. Matt Gay on for the extra point. And he's got it as the lead is now 10-6. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it was capped off on the touchdown catch by Michael Pittman. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Here comes Mahomes and the Chiefs. Down 10-6, 2:12 to play. They'll have 2 timeouts and, of course, also the 2-minute warning as they go to work on first down. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. Meanwhile, Mahomes' throw here complete to Kelsey. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Here's Mahomes. Open man, it's the tight end, Kelsey. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drop for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. Another try, 2nd and 10 now. Mahomes. And in for the Chiefs touchdown. Mahomes hitting his favorite target, Travis Kelsey, on a touchdown pass. And the Chiefs answer back with a touchdown of their own to take a fourth quarter lead. Now an important extra point here to stretch this lead to a field goal. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
Let me go ahead and show my age a little bit. I liked it when they would fake it from the 3-yard line, right? When they'd line up, go ahead and, oh, there's a fake, and he's going to get 2. That's great. But from the 15, the risk-reward, it's just not there.
It's so risky to get 15 yards on a fake. Well, you see the result right there.
Yeah, I know these young whippersnappers are trying to do different things in this game, but let's go back to old reliable. Kick the ball through the post.
Get off my lawn.
That's darn right.
Here's Minshew. Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted. Picked off by L'Jarius Sneed. When you talk about making winning plays, that is a winning play at this stage of the game. To come up with that interception, huge.
I like how you identified that because most people think winning plays are the offense trying to get it done. In this case, nursing a lead, they found a way to make a play on that side of the ball and maybe finish things off.
The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. Back to throw, Mahomes. He'll check this one down to Pacheco. And he will have a Chiefs first down. And that's the one that should seal the victory. To throw is Mahomes. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
On that snap, he's a hero of his defense after the play he just made. A one-possession game, and his hit kept it exactly that.
Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. Mahomes to throw. And it's intercepted at the goal line. And the Colts are going to take possession here at their own 6-yard line. So a costly INT in the end zone, no less, puts the brakes on their potential scoring drive.
So many teams stick with the passing game down near the goal line because they see it as an extension of what they do between the 20s.
And he's going to go down. He backed up into the end zone, and this is going to wind up as safety. And that disastrous play, partner, is ultimately going to seal their fate in this one, isn't it?
It certainly is because they give up the 2 points, but that's not really what did it. It's having to give up the football. And because they gave up the football, guess what? The other team now can take the ball and close this game out.
The Chiefs ready to rock again on offense. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Well, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it. That is intercepted. Picked up by Juju Brents. And the return stops at the 39-yard line. Well, my, how the tables have turned now. They were trying to salt this one away, but that interception, potentially a game changer.
And I've just got to think to myself, at this point of the game, I know you've been aggressive. I know that's your MO, and that's fine. And all those those teams that talk about all gas, no brakes, you better have the emergency lever to pull occasionally. They could have used it right there. They put themselves in a tough spot with that interception.
He's going to air one out. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down. No timeouts remain. 8 seconds on the clock. Now we've got whistles and a flag. Looked like one of the Colts linemen might have jumped. The crowd's not doing that O-line any favors.
Home field advantage is really kicking in, making it very difficult for them to hear the snap count.
The Arrowhead crowd in full roar. Here's third down. Minshew. This for all the marbles. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down. The decision made for them. They've got to go. It's fourth down. This for all the marbles. And this is incomplete. So no miracles here on the final play. And this ball game is over. So this one in the win column for Kansas City. And a little bit of a surprise they lose the turnover battle. They wind up winning the ball game.
And this is very unusual because you know all teams stress winning the turnover battle as a key indicator to winning ball games. So when you get something that goes against the grain like the one we saw here, it's quite the oddity. Now let's face it, they'll be very happy that they pulled this off. But they do know that in the future, they've got to work on taking care of the football because this won't happen very often.
So that'll do it for us, for Charles Davis and all our crew.